Hey, you already know who it is. I'm out in the streets on the loose, and I'm in one of my favorite stores, which is Goodwill's. They got a 50% sale off of all blue tags, so I'm up in here trying to get some steals. Anyway, I got contacted by a young man, and he said that he was out at a club with two of his friends, and it was a total of six people. The three guys and the girlfriends was out with them. They was all out having drinks and stuff, partying down. I'm gonna call the guy Mark, the one that contacted me, and he said that he was out. Everybody was laughing and having a good time, and he said all of a sudden somebody yelled, "Yo, what's up? Is that you, Mark?" And he was like, "Yeah, who that? Who that?" Because they're in the club, it's dark, everybody drinking or whatever. And he said, "Yo, remember me, John, from back in middle school?" He said, "Oh my gosh, John, it's been a long time. Yo, man, what's up? How you doing? What you been up to? What high school did you end up going into? And, what did you major?" And they just started talking a whole bunch of stuff like that, both of them for the moment. Then Mark brought John over to the rest of the crowd, which, he wanted to introduce him, and they all was laughing and talking, and they all decided to have, a drink together and stuff. So it was just reminiscing about old times. And then, one of the other boys said, "Is that, John from such and such?" "Yep, that's me, man. How you doing? All right." He said, "All right." So he said everything was, cool. They was laughing, and, the girlfriends and stuff. And then they all decide, after they finished with the drinks, they decided to go out on the dance floor. So, they went out on the dance floor and stuff. And just before they were leaving the club, John had went up to Mark's girlfriend and said, "Yo, do me a favor, give Mark my phone number so we can keep in touch." He said, anytime y'all come out here again, y'all holler back or whatever. And he said, as a matter of fact, he said, y'all smoke?" And she was like, "Yeah, we get it on, shit, vanilla Dutch, all that, put one up in the air." That's what they were saying. So basically, they end up, "Hello, how you doing?"
Good, you?
"All right, nice to see you."
Same here.
"All right." So I'm sorry about that, guys, if somebody, because I come here all the time that knows me. But anyway, so Mark, he asked, her, do all of them get, do they smoke or whatever? And they obviously all talking about smoking weed and stuff. So, she gave the phone number, her boyfriend's phone number, to John. And he said probably about maybe 2 weeks later, this is Mark. Mark said that John hit him up probably about 2 weeks later and was like, "Yo, Mark, how you doing? It's been a long time." He was like, "Man, you looking good." He said, "Yeah, man, look like you've been taking care of yourself too." And then he said, "No." John kept saying, "No, I'm saying you looking good, man." He was like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "You all buff and everything, and wow, it's been a long time." And he was like, "Yeah, it looked like you holding yourself together and stuff, He said, "I've been trying to keep myself in shape." This is Mark saying it to John. And he said, "Yeah, all right, well, man, the next time y'all going through that spot, just give me a holler." He said, "All right, then we'll keep in touch." Then he said all of a sudden, this is Mark, he said all of a sudden he started getting pictures from John. John was bending over in bras on the floor, sprawls out. And, he said he called, he called them, well, he texted them back. He said, "Man," he said, "what's up with that shit you doing?" He was like, "What the hell with you, a male stripper? What you doing?" He really was that naive. Didn't pick up on it. Even his boys went off on him like, "Man, you couldn't tell what that shit was from the beginning? You couldn't tell?" He was like, he said, "No, I wasn't paying that no mind." So he was saying, he texted him back. He said, "Why are you sending me pictures like that of yourself? What's going on?" And he was like, "Yo, I always thought you looked good back, from when I was a child." He said, "Man, what's up with that? What you mean? What you mean?" He said, "I always thought you was, you looked good and stuff." He said, "Man, we was cool, but we didn't hang out that deep like that and stuff, but you was cool. So what this guy here just seemed to be naive and deny. I don't know what it was. I'm talking about Mark. But nevertheless, he was like, "Yo, man, I can't talk right now. I got to go." So he said he hung up the conversation at that, time. And then all of a sudden, he gets a text again from John. And now John is sending dick pictures. His penis and all in lingerie and spread it across beds and all that stuff. So Mark said to his friends, he's sending me dick pictures. He said, "Man, we already told you. You can tell that he's trying to come on to you. You better get that shit straight right now." well, tell him that that you straight. You don't roll like that. And plus, he seen you had your girlfriend with you and stuff. So what the hell's up with that? So he said that he tried to tell a friend. He was like, yo. He said, me and you, I knew you from school. We was cool. But he said, I don't roll like that. He said, as a matter of fact, he said, don't you remember when you was out? We was all out with our girlfriends. He said, I don't fuck around like that. He said, you cool? I ain't got nothing, nothing against that. He said, you can chill with us anytime, but I'm not interested in you in any kind of sexual way. And man, don't roll like that with me. I don't get down like that. So basically, the friend, is, thugged out like far as his appearance and his rapport. And, talking about, girls and stuff that night when they ran into him for the first time, and he getting mad, pussy and all that, and he cool and he got it like that. So he didn't, he had no idea that the guy was, on a down low, so to speak. Actually, the guy is verse, that's how he rolled with it. He said he's verse, and he said that even though he kept trying to tell him that he don't roll like that, and he had no idea that you was trying to get my phone number to try to rap to me when, I've never appeared to be gay to you and I didn't know you were, but you still can hang out with us anytime because, I don't care about none of that, man, but you got to stop trying to come on to me because I'm not, I'm not interested. And this turned out to be like a serious thing where he really wasn't interested in this guy for real, and he wasn't a gay boy, at all. And he wasn't, bisexual or anything like that, but still, nevertheless, this guy had it planned in his mind that he had a crush on him from way back when he was in middle school, even though he stayed pretty much thugged out and the way he dressed and stuff. But he still had his mind set that he was going to get with this dude and he was going to make it be something. So he had, said he didn't know exactly, what to do. So he asked me, how do I handle it? Because he said the guy keeps on sending him all kinds of pictures. And now, like, different areas, like when they go out, he keeps saying that him and Mark got something, and seriously, that nothing ever happened. And my advice to him is that you got somebody that's wanting something that's not real. And you need to, you might have to contact the authorities or something and maybe probably change your phone number and stuff, because I know that you said that you accepted him and you got, a lot of people that's of, that community, and you don't have a problem with it, but you're not interested in a relationship, and this guy's still trying to press up on you. So you're going to have to, probably do it in a legal way, because he seemed like he's trying to destroy you. And see, that's the wrong kind of thing to do. Once again, you can, there's nothing wrong with approaching anybody that you find interest in. But if they're letting you know that they're not interested in you, then you shouldn't, push yourself up on them or get mad because they're not interested in you and then start some rumors and stuff to try to mess that person's life up, because that's not right. So to me, I think that he is infatuated with you, and I guess he probably knew that he was, he liked the guys back from when he was, when y'all was, younger kids. And like you said, you really didn't know him, and you're positively not gay, and you're not interested. And a lot of people, oh yeah, he's probably on the down low, leading the guy on. That's not what happened. From the way the boys describing it, because why are you going to reach out to me if you're lying? You don't know me, I'm a stranger, you just asking me for advice. So why would he be lying? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's one of those situations like that where, you have a lot of guys that are, bi, gay, straight, and they're interested in a guy that's straight, and they thinking in some kind of way that they can turn that guy, and and it don't work out, they get mad, and then they start trying to do disrespectful stuff. And females do that too. It doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. If you're one of them type of trifling people that be trying to hurt people and do dirty stuff, it can happen. So it don't got nothing to do with your sexual preference. I'm just saying, he got a mess on his hand, and I said the best, what I said to him, and I'm saying it again now, that he needs to, number one, change his phone number. Number two, he needs to let somebody, far as legal authority, because this sounds like this is going to be a problem of a bit of stalking, and somebody keep trying to show up at the clubs and stuff that you go to and all that, and trying to insinuate that y'all have a relationship when you haven't seen this guy since you was like 7 to 8 years old. You're in a good relationship with a female. All your friends know you. You know who you are. So, he's bugging out. And I guess he must have liked you since then, but you can't just let this go and not do nothing about it. So my advice is to you is just to go on and just let somebody talk to somebody legal. Even if you just go down to the police station, put that on blast right there, and then turn around and make sure you change your phone number. You and all your friends know what's going on. When you go out to clubs, if you see him out there and he look like he's bugging out and stuff like that, go the other way. And you might have to start like really avoiding him, because if not, he can make it where y'all gonna end up having the beef, and then he gonna try to say it's a heinous crime because a lot of people do a lot of bashing of that community, and that's not really what's going on. He bugging out on you, and it's a big problem, and you need to do something about it and make sure your girlfriend and your friends and everybody's on board. You got proof of what happened because you got the text messages. Those are receipts, like far as him sending pictures of himself nude, and then you responding back saying, man, what you doing? And he's like, yo, I just thought you might, and you telling him no. So you got proof that you didn't try to get with him, you didn't like him, you didn't play no kind of game. And plus, when he gave the phone number, he gave it to your girlfriend. And she has spoken with him and passed the phone to you several times, and not knowing that, what the text consists of, she just said, oh, it's John. So it's obviously this guy's got it set out for you, and you got to watch your back, because a lot of times people get mixed up in the head and they don't got nothing to do with your sexual preference. It's just that person. If they ain't no good, they'll get out here and they'll ruin your life with stuff like that. Because we got a very messed up world and people are not understanding when it comes to stuff like that, and people like to label you quick and give you a bad reputation. So that's the best you can do is, like I said, change your phone number. If y'all know that he seen y'all at that club, and that's the only club that he seen you at, that you ran into him the first time in years, then you ain't got to worry about it. Just stop going to that club. I'm not saying let him run you, but there's obviously going to be a big problem. Why bother? Holler back at me, and like I tell all my people that I talk to, I like to share my story with my YouTube friends. If you don't want me to share it, I won't, but if you don't mind, I will. And you got a problem there and you need to get on it immediately. But I would definitely reach out. Even you can just walk into the police station and just mention the situation and kind of show them on your phone what's going on, and show the texts or whatever, and they can track any of that if it's that serious. And then you might have to get some type of restraining order in place. Make sure you got your friends backing you up, their girlfriends and your girlfriend, and you'll be able to shut this down. But I think that you're going to be running into him in the clubs and stuff, that you better stop going to that one Pacific club, because now he knows that you go there, but he don't know wherever else you hang out at, so you might not run into him nowhere else. But he going to definitely try to be gunning at that club. So change up your spot. And you made it clear to him. And the next time that he contacts you, go down to the police station and let an officer respond back to the text, or have an officer call him and say, I'm an officer of the law. You have been stalking this guy. And, and believe me, something can be done. But if you don't do nothing about it, he's going to keep bugging out on you. And if you're lucky, he'll leave you alone, but he's probably going to get with somebody else and continue this, because that's how a lot of people that's disturbed like that. It ain't nothing to do with sexual preference. It's the personality of this person. Good luck with it. Holler back if you need any more info. I hope I helped you out, and have a good one. Bye-bye.